4 fantasy slash sci-fi series that are at the top of my TBR for 2025. First one, no surprise here, I am going to finally start reading Mistborn Era 2 with The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. I am still very much in my Stormlight archive reading journey. I am 35-40-ish% into Oathbringer, and then I will read Dawnshard, Rhythm of War, at some point get to Wind and Truth, but I am so excited to get back to Scadrial and the world of Mistborn, even though this is like 100 some years after the events of the original Mistborn trilogy. Second series I'm really excited to start in 2025 is the Bloodsworn Saga by Gwynne, starting with Shadow of the Gods. This has been all over my pages, my feeds, pretty much all year because people are really excited about the 3rd book, Fury of the Gods, coming out, a couple months ago, and it's time. I need to read this trilogy. I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm so excited to start it. Another now classic of the fantasy genre is the Farseer trilogy, the first Farseer trilogy, part of the whole series, interconnected series trilogies by Robin Hobb, starting with The Assassin's Apprentice. I feel like 2024 was very much my, reading Brandon Sanderson year. I got really into the Cosmere. I'm still there, still reading his books, but I feel like Robin Hobb is the natural next step, but I feel like this seems more doable to me. There are so many books. I actually don't remember how many there are in total in this world, but I've heard great things about it. A lot of people were talking about this world, Robin Hobb's books this year. I think there was a new one that came out. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know that much about this, but I have the first 2 books, and I've saved all of the reading orders that I've seen. So I'm really excited to get to this series, this world. The 4th one that's at the top of my TBR to start in 2025 is a sci-fi series, and that is the Sun Eater series by Christopher Ruocchio, starting with Empire of Silence. This was another one of those series that really blew up this year. I'm not 100% sure why. I know that these got a bunch of new covers, which are gorgeous. I love these. These didn't come out this year. There may have been a new one. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't been in the fandom for this, but I've heard great things about this, and having reread Red Rising and finished with Golden Sun and Morningstar, I've heard that this is a good series if you're wanting some of those same vibes as Red Rising. I really want to get more into sci-fi books in 2025. I read so many Star Wars books, so reading science fiction seems like a logical genre that I would love. But I've really just kind of been in my fantasy era of just reading primarily fantasy books. But I want more books in space. I want more hard sci-fi. I also want some romantic sci-fi. I don't know if that's what this is. But if you have recommendations for reading more sci-fi books that are a little more accessible, kind of entry-level sci-fi, I have read Red Rising, and I read a lot of Star Wars books, so anything that goes with those, please let me know. These books, these series, are certainly not the only ones that I'm going to be starting in 2025. These are just literally the first ones that came to mind that I just immediately pulled off my shelf that I've been eyeing for months, and I'm in 2025, I am coming for you. I'm coming for these books. I need to read them. I'm so excited to read them and start those series, trilogies, but I would love to hear what fantasy, sci-fi, any other series, trilogies that you're excited to start next year.